Hi everybody, this is going to be a video of my John Lennon Imagine collection, and of all the Beatles solo albums, Imagine is probably the album that I own the most copies of in the most different formats, so this video might be a little lengthy, but I am going to start off with the vinyl album. This is the original release, original pressing of Imagine. This is the inner sleeve. On one side there are lyrics, and on the other side there are credits, kind of a revolving wheel there. And then it also came with a poster of John at his white piano. Pretty large poster. Suitable for framing if you're so inclined. And then I also have a early 80s pressing of Imagine. And this is on the purple Capitol label. And it does not have an inner sleeve on here. For some odd reason, this is credited to John Lennon Plastic Ono Band with the Flux Fiddlers. And I have no idea who the Flux Fiddlers are. I don't know if anybody knows and wants to leave a comment about that, but I just thought it's kind of odd. I mean, I understand the Plastic Ono Band, and yet the Flux Fiddlers, I've never heard of that before, so I'm not sure. This was the 2018 anniversary, I guess somewhat of an anniversary remix, remaster version. It's a 2 vinyl set, and it's not a gatefold, unfortunately. It has 2 albums, or 2 records, but they're both in the one inner sleeve. This first LP is the Imagine album, but it's called the Ultimate Mixes. So it's almost like Giles Martin did with the Beatles recordings, Sgt. Pepper, White Album, Abbey Road. And this is on the 180 gram vinyl. And it also comes with the poster that was in the original album. And the second disc, it's also, I stuck these in here because I didn't have anywhere else to put them. These are the stamps, the John Lennon Imagine stamps that were issued a few years back. This is just the original album, I believe, remastered, and it replicates the original album, although the cardstock on this inner sleeve is thicker than the original. So I'm sorry, this is the, I got confused because of the inner sleeve. This was the, it's an album worth of outtakes, one for each track on the album. There's an Imagine demo, Imagine Take 1, Crippled Inside Take 3, Crippled Inside Take 6 with an alternate guitar solo. There's Jealous Guy Take 9, It's So Hard Take 6, I Don't Want to Be a Soldier Mama Take 11, Give Me Some Truth Take 4, Oh My Love Take 6, How Do You Sleep Takes 1 and 2, How Take 31, and Oh Yoko. This was a recording that was from the Bahamas in 1969 while they were en route to their bed-in Montreal. So that covers the vinyl collection that I have. This is my cassette version of Imagine, and it has Plastic Ono Band with the Flux Fiddlers on here. It's a clear cassette. And on the inside, it has some advertisements for the Imagine video and the Live in New York City video and album as well. And there are some song credits in there. And then the CDs that I have, this was the original issue of Imagine on CD. I believe this was from 1987. It's got the postcard that was with the original album. I don't have that with my copy, but it's John's parody of Paul McCartney's Ram album cover. And then the booklet itself, you've got a picture of the poster here, as well as the lyrics for the album and some credits. And then in 2000, Imagine was remastered. Doesn't have the postcard on the back cover there, however it is on the back of the booklet. This booklet has a few more pictures. Still has the song lyrics. Some nice photos of John from that period. And then when you take the CD out of the tray, you have a picture of John's ear. And then in 2010, as part of the John Lennon box set, and one of the things about this cover is it's a little more in focus, I don't know if I want to call it in focus on John's face, but John's face is a little clearer than on previous CD issues. Just a little note about the difference in the packaging. That's what the back cover looks like. And then when you open up, there's a gatefold of John at the piano with Yoko sitting down watching him. This is a hard glossy cover to this book. And this has an essay with it. Also some photographs. The lyrics. And John at the piano. And then this is the deluxe box set of the ultimate mixes and studio outtakes from the Imagine album. There are 2 Blu-ray discs and 4 CDs. This is the book that comes with that set. It's got some hand-typed lyrics, some notes on the recording sessions, pictures. It's a really very nice hardcover book here. You can almost have sold this separately. It's got a lot of great information about the number of takes for each song, all the recording sessions. So I'm not going to show every single page, but you get the idea. They were big into taking Polaroids at this time, so you get a lot of that. And then this is the jacket that, or whatever you want to call it, that houses the CDs and the DVDs. This is the back of the book. And the back of that. I don't remember what this retails for. It's probably maybe around $100 or so. So I've gotten into every conceivable format that I have for the Imagine album. Now I'm going to get into the videos. This is the Imagine, I don't know what you call it, promotional film maybe, but if you haven't seen this before, this is almost like, I compare this almost to Magical Mystery Tour. It's a collection of videos for all the songs on Imagine, and there's not a storyline interwoven, but in between there's footage of John and Yoko, some experimental filmmaking that's going on. A lot of it is John and Yoko at Tittenhurst Park, just kind of roaming the grounds. You see some of Julian Lennon running around. They have some bits of George Harrison in here. Just some it's an interesting watch if you're a John Lennon fan. And it's very much almost like a video diary of 1971. And what's really interesting to me about watching this movie is just the fact that John is pretty much living almost in, he's got his mansion there, and he's living as, I would call it paradise. There's just nothing but acres and acres of forest, and just it seems so private and so remote. It's really, I liken it to paradise, and I just you see them. There's a lake, and it's just beautiful and majestic, and it's hard to believe that by the end of this year they had abandoned this home and were living in New York. I know Yoko was unhappy. She felt very detached, living so far out in the remoteness of England or whatever, and wanted to get back into the bohemian lifestyle that she'd been accustomed to in Greenwich Village. So they moved to New York, and John sold this property to, I think he sold it to Ringo, and never went back there. So that just boggles my mind how beautiful the surroundings are, and that he just up and went with Yoko back to New York and never came back. So it's just really, really compelling. So this is the video. It's actually sealed, so I can't show you what the videotape looks like. Now for DVD, this is a documentary. It's called Give Me Some Truth, and it's about the making of the Imagine album, both the film and the actual recording of the album itself. More the recording of the album than the actual making of the movie. And it's a pretty compelling documentary. It's got some lots of interview footage at the time with John Lennon. You see kind of a behind the scenes look at the making of the album. Very interesting, very worthwhile viewing, essential viewing if you're a John Lennon fan. And then back in 2018, when you had the deluxe album packaging, the ultimate mixes, and all of that, this was released, and this combines this and the John Lennon Imagine film into one package. And it's a little tricky figuring out how to open this, but it's on one DVD, or you can get the Blu-ray version as well. And I'd always wondered why it took them so long to issue the Imagine film on DVD. This was the first time that the Imagine promotional film was issued on DVD. So maybe they were just holding back, waiting for the kind of merchandising onslaught in 2018. So that is that. And then this is the documentary Above Us Only Sky, which covers kind of the year 1971 in general, from the making of the Imagine album to their move to New York City and finishing up the recording of the Imagine album. So a great companion piece to these two DVDs. Really so much information, so much video footage. They filmed so much in 1971, and pretty much everything is encapsulated in both of these DVDs. And then the last thing that I have to show is, this is a giant coffee table book that came out in 2018 also. And this is really just a fantastic book. There's so much information here. There's photographs, there's essays, there's interviews with people who were involved in the making of the Imagine album. Just everything in 1971 that was going on. They actually have blueprints in here of John's mansion, the Tittenhurst mansion that you see in the Imagine film, where all of this, the Imagine movie was filmed, and I believe also the recording of Imagine was done in John's home studio in Tittenhurst Park. These are the blueprints, like I was telling you about. And it tells you exactly what each room was, and you can really get kind of an inside glimpse of the layout of the home and just how beautiful it was. And they have panoramic shots of each of the rooms, which I think is fascinating. Lots of photographs. So really, if you're a John Lennon fan, it's such a great document of that year. There's handwritten lyrics here. Lots of photos, like I say, essays, just a really extensive. These were some alternate album cover prints there that were not used. And then the inner sleeve and labels. And lots and lots and lots of great pictures. So that is my John Lennon album Imagine collection. I'd be interested to know if you know anything a little bit more about my collection, or the different movies, films, books, whatever that went on during that period of time. I do appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're all doing well, and take care.